All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. I also want to give double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. I'm the brother Yawanathan, back with another quick lesson. Lord willing, it's edifying. And I took this one outside today. It's pretty nice out, and there's a lot of noise around where I'm at. They cut in the grass and stuff. So, Lord willing, you brothers and sisters, bear with me. It's going to be a quick lesson dealing with this this brain implant, this brain chip implant. All right, which they're saying, I guess they had a breakthrough or whatever. But when I looked it up and did a little bit of research, I seen videos from 15 years ago on YouTube dealing with how they was, helping people speak with brain chip technology. So, just as a reminder and a disclaimer, this thing been around for a while. This is nothing new. This devil had this technology. I'm talking about the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. He is the devil and Satan that the Bible speaks of. And he's bringing this technology out ultimately to chip everybody. All right? And let this pass. Salakia. But yeah, he's bringing this technology out because basically what's going to happen, according to prophecy in the Bible, we're going to get it. This man's going to basically use this chip as a world reserve currency. It's going to be used as currency. All right, this type of RFID technology, radio frequency identifications. Yeah, it is for identifying. Yeah, you can have your ID, your keys, your wallets, etc. All your records and everything will be on the chip. But ultimately, it's going to be used as that digital currency, that CBDC. All right, that's what's going to come out of that, digitalizing the global economy. And ultimately, to do that, they have to crash it first or, reform it in some way, restart it, reset it. So these are the things that's coming. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, we're the men of Great Millstone, that is, beginning with the apostles on down. We're the men that set up to warn you about it. All right, because these other camps, they not warning you about the MOTB, about this prophecy. They're not warning you about what's to come. All right, when it comes down to the economy, the global economy, cyber attacks, etc. You don't really see the IUIC and the other Hebrew Israelite camps speaking about it like that. Speaking about anything for that sake. They teach you that you Israelites, and yeah, that's good, but they not the prophets. All right, the prophets would be speaking the visions that are coming to pass before they come to pass. This is Ezekiel 12 and 22. Real quick, son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? So that's what our people think. That's what you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Hebrew Israelites, you think that these visions are failing. You think that these things won't come to pass. You think that we just making it up. We conspiracy nuts. And we just making this thing up, telling you the mark of the beast is the microchip. Nah, man, that's biblical prophecy. And that's being done through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. And that's another thing. You don't see the camps exalting the name. And those are the two main things that we're supposed to be teaching our people. Obviously, that they're Israelites. We're supposed to teach them who the Edomites are, which is the so-called white man and his seed line. And you're supposed to teach them the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai and the microchip. What's the mark of the beast? And tell them not to take it. All right, Ezekiel 3 and 17. We're supposed to give warning to our people from the Lord. If you don't do that, the blood is going to be on your hands when these people take the chip. Because eventually they're going to have to, eventually the people are going to go to their leaders, whether it be the spiritual leaders, whether it be a camp head, whoever it may be, the government, etc. Whoever they deem as their leaders, they're going to go asking questions and seeking guidance, man. You see? So that's basically blood on your hands. If you misguide them people and tell them to take the chip, they're going to be destroyed. But you people don't even think this is even true. You think this vision is failing. You think that what we're saying is a lie. But it says, tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand and the effect of every vision. All right, so scientists use AI brain implant to help stroke survivor communicate in English and Spanish. They got a bilingual brain chip implant. All right, scientists have reportedly created an artificial intelligence-powered bilingual brain implant that turns a stroke survivor's brain's activities into sentences, whether it's in Spanish or English. So they're proclaiming that they have this technology. Now, that's good. That's cool, right? Oh, that's not good. That's actually evil. But what I mean by good is, hooray. The chip is being used, to basically heal people and, right, to perform these miracles. But ultimately, it's going to be used for the world reserve currency, all right, for digital currency. That's what the ultimate purpose of it really is. Because just like that Bauer said, the former, how would I say that? Not former Rothschilds, but formerly the Rothschilds, which were formerly known as the Bauers. All right, they I forgot which one it was. Mayor Amschau, I believe, he said, "Give me power over a nation's currency, and I care not who makes the law." Roughly paraphrasing what he said. So this is all good. Yeah, this is cool. You could track people. You got your medical records. It's giving people the ability to do all these things, which really, these are far few and in between cases of people that are actually being so-called healed by these microchips. It's not a common thing. And even if you do research on the Elon Musk Neuralink program, all right, throughout their trials before it got quote-unquote FDA approval, there was a whole bunch of chimpanzees that died from that, and pigs and all type of animals were basically, dismembered, all type of stuff. I'm not laughing, but it's nothing funny, but that just gets swept under the rug. It's like nobody knows about that. But here it is. He's boasting his technology to do all these wonderful things. And let me get a scripture real quick. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right, who's the we? The hopeful elect, the people that know the truth. All right, the 100% truth, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Holy Bible. You can't get an advantage over the Lord's elect. All right, and that Satan that it's talking about is obviously the so-called white man. It's Satanis in the Greek when you look at it. All right, let's go through a few words here. Matter of fact, it says, lest Satan to get an advantage of us. Satanis, all right, G4567. It says, adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act, the name given to, check this out. Well, all the way at the end actually is definition B. Excuse me. It's a Satan-like man. So yeah, the name Satan could be given to a Satan-like man. That's basically what it's saying. Adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act, the name given to, etc., and a Satan-like man at the end. So this Satan-like man is 2 Thessalonians 2, and I believe it's verse 7 or 8. That wicked shall be revealed, whose coming is after the working of Satan, the mystery of iniquity. That's the so-called white man, beginning with the elites. All right, so these people have what? We are not ignorant of his devices. What's the device? First, let me get it in NLT real quick. It says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. See, that's his devices, his evil schemes, his plans, his plots, which the scriptures tell you what his plans and plots are. You got to read. Blessed is he that readeth. You got to read it. And you got to go into these words. You got to study to show yourself approved, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right, that's the only way you're going to get the understanding. It has to be taught onto you. The Holy Spirit has to be working with you, both through the men that's teaching you and through you to understand it. And then you have to study and you have to understand it for yourself. All right. That's the only way you're going to really, that's the only way that how this could be fulfilled. That Satan doesn't get an advantage of you, because you have to know what his plans are. If you got Israelites teaching you that he's not planning on microchipping the whole world, and that's a conspiracy theory, and there's not going to be no digital currency, well, then now you're getting caught off guard for when it actually does happen. All right, and a person like that is a non-believer. I mean, straight up, you got people who scoff, you got unbelievers, you got scoffers, and you got people that just know the truth outright and they just don't teach it, man. And that's the most wickedest of them all. All right. A device is G3540, a mental perception, thought, and evil purpose. All right. So that's what we know. We're not ignorant of what his evil purpose is, which is to ultimately bring this technology as a form of currency, man. That's what the prophecy states. And matter of fact, yeah, let's get it. Let's get it now. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great. Give me a sec. We don't need the NLT for that. Revelation 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That word mark, you go into it, is charagma. All right. And what is it? Why is it important to know? Because it's saying the mark of the beast. You got to know what the beast is, first of all, to understand what this even is. And you got to understand what the word mark means. What is his mark? His mark is an RFID microchip implant. All right, a stamped and imprinted mark, a thin carved sculpture, graven work, the mark branded upon horses. Okay, he's going to brand you with the chip, with the micro C-hip. You know, it's like I say it and then slack here for the noise in the back. But, you know, the truth is plain, man. The truth is plain. At the end of the day, they're going to put something physical upon you to distinguish you from the rest. All right. And what is that? That's the mark of the beast. That's the charagma, the chip. That's what they're doing. They're chipping people. They got them walking around, so-called quadriplegics, playing games with their mind, you know, able to use their body parts once again that they weren't able to use. And everybody's in awe of this thing, thinking that this is the way to go. Well, guess what? They're worshiping the beast and his image, and they're getting ready to receive his mark, which is his microchip. All right. Thanks to the years-long work of almost a dozen experts from the University of California, San Francisco Center for Neural Engineering and Prostheses, the man's brain activity could be translated into sentences in both languages and displayed on a screen. Matter of fact, I mean, let me see. Yeah, basically just telling you how it works, you know, what it's doing. But that's the main point of the article, is just to know that this is where we're at with this prophecy, man. It hasn't been fulfilled yet. The effect of this vision is not here yet. All right, because it has to be made mandatory. But we still are on the way there, and we actually are at the door, man. We're not on the way there. We're here, but we at the door. It says he causeth all, both small and great. So I just read that, but basically what it's going into is all manner of people. All right, whether it doesn't matter if you handicap or not. It's not going to be only for people that are sick and, you know, only for these type of people or this type of people. It's going to be for everybody. Everybody's going to be commanded to take this by law. All right, it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So that's the main point. That's what the Apostle John saw in his vision. He saw people buying and selling with this mark. He saw that was the reason why they were taking it, which is why it's called the hour of temptation as well. Because when you can't buy and sell unless you have this device, well, then now we can see why Nate changed the doctrine, or he doesn't want to teach the proper breakdowns, and certain Israelites refuse to believe that the microchip is the mark of the beast, because they know when the time comes, they're going to want to buy and sell. They're going to have to feed their family, as Johanna said. All right. They know that basically their faith is not there to deny the chip. So most of these dudes, they probably going to take the chip, and they're going to justify it and somehow, you know, by means to an end, as they say. So the Most High is not dealing with no by means to an end. He got the means to an end. He told us what to do. He said obedience is better than sacrifice. So all we got to do is listen to the word of Yahweh by Shemel and do it. That's it. And if we do that, you know, we should be good. Well, we will be good. It's not should, like if there's doubt, meaning should, meaning it's all by predestination anyway. So we hope that we're the elect at the end of it all, but you still got to put in the work. All right. It says that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, which is going into, you know, the universal product code, and basically how, you know, everything is being tracked. All right. All products, all commerce, is being, all trade is being tracked under this man's beast technology system, which is done through barcodes and, you know, digital numbers. That number is being 666, as we know. Shai, Zai, and stigma in the Greek, which the stigma part of it is actually means to cut, all right? To make cutting into, to pierce, to mark something physically. This is Revelation 19 and 20. I'm gonna get straight to the point, but you know, this chapter, or this part of the chapter at the end, is going into Babylon the Great, America's destruction. All right, because you know, this thing is going to all go down by nuclear fire at the end of the day. And that's what this whole chip thing is for the Lord. I mean, for men, it's for these handicapped people and this and this. But for the Most High, this microchip implant thing is a trial of the faith of the elect. All right, the faith of the elect of the nation of Israel, to basically to prove themselves. You know, but for everybody else, it's a mark for them to be destroyed. You see, just like Ezekiel the 9th and 4th chapter, the 9th chapter, the 4th verse, excuse me. It speaks about marking those that sigh and cry. And the word mark there in the Hebrew is thawah, which is a spiritual mark, which means basically to exempt that person from the judgment. All right, so the Lord, Yahweh, he got a spiritual mark for his elect, so that when the angels let loose a destruction, you know, they won't touch his elect. But then the people of this world that are going to be destroyed in the second death, the lake of fire, thermonuclear destruction, they're going to take the physical mark of the beast, all right, which is marking them for destruction, according to Revelation 14, 9, and 10, because anybody who takes that is going to be destroyed. No ifs, ands, or buts, no exemptions for nobody. All right, Revelation 19 and 20, and the beast was taken. So we know the beast is NATO, the EU, America, all right. America's a part of it, rather, because America's the whore that sitteth upon the beast. You see, but NATO and the EU is going to be destroyed, and along with America, and with him, the false prophet that wrought miracles before him. So who's the false prophet that wrought miracles before him or with him, which is talking about that beast? It's talking about the Roman Catholic Church and Christianity. All right, in which they have been silent throughout all of this, all of these prophecies that have been coming to pass. They've been silent about all of this. They haven't been talking about it, about the microchip, about World War III, all right, about the so-called white man, Esau, Edom's end, which the scriptures say that's the end of the world, is when the so-called white man is taken out of power. All right, they're not teaching any of this in the churches, man. So they claiming to be the spiritual you know, leaders or whatever, the spiritual guidance of the world in the name of Jesus, but they're not telling you about these things. On the contrary, they're going to promote the chip. All right, when the time comes, you're going to see when they have to give a stance and an opinion on this microchip device, implant device, they're going to side with it. They're not going to say, no, don't take it, it's a mark of the beast. All right, so altogether, all these Edomites, their whole power structure is going to be destroyed. They're three parts, man. Their military, their economy, and their so-called spirituality or religion. It's all going to be destroyed, because that's why it says doom of the beast and false prophet. It says with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. What's worshiping the image of the beast? Is basically following his philosophy. All right, all his ideologies that he teaches, this feminism bullshit, that digital economy, that part too, because that's part of his philosophy, and these people are actually in agreement with it, you know, and they want it. These people want the New World Order, and they're gonna want it even more. Well, most people don't, but there's a majority of people who obviously are elitists, who have wealth and power, and they do want it. All right, but for the most part, the people are going to be begging for it when all hell break loose, man. All right, when this devil come down with great wrath, because he knows his time basically is up. All right, that's mainly when you're going to have a lot of people, you know, bowing down their knee to the image of Baal, which is really just going into the mark, I mean, the worshiping of the beast, which is basically the so-called white man, you know, worshiping his world. And that's going to lead you to taking the chip, because they're going to exalt this thing as an idol, which they already are. This AI thing, they're saying AI is a god, etc., etc. They already are doing that. Salakia for the noise. I'm about to wrap this up. It says, and these both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. So that's World War III for you, man. All right, America, which is Babylon the Great. All the European nations, maybe not all of them, but most of them, probably all of them, and different other parts of the world is going to be destroyed with missiles. All right, that lake that burneth with fire is talking about the second death, which is World War III, nuclear destruction. Okay, so a lot of the parts of the world is going to be destroyed. It tells you in Isaiah that the earth is going to shake to and fro. Okay, so that's going to be the judgment of the Lord upon the wicked in that day. And the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be delivered from that, because they didn't take the chip. They didn't worship Baal. They didn't worship the beast. They didn't bow down to his image. They didn't worship the image, and ultimately didn't take the mark. It says they got the victory over the beast. On the contrary, when you read Revelation 15. You see? So that's what's going on, man. You know, keep your eyes peeled, like, you know, like we all. Stay on your watch, because they're bringing this thing forth. It's already been here. It's here. It's here, and it's been here, and it ain't going nowhere. It's going to stay until the word of the Lord take full effect, man. Isaiah 55 and 11. See, it's not going to come back to the Lord void. So however long it takes, but it's coming. So with that, I'm going to say